not a whole number is called a irrational number. So for example, we can get square root of 3, we can have square root of 5, square root of 7, where you would have to go to a table to get your answer. That is called an irrational number. When we put irrational and rational numbers, irrational, all right, it's called the set of irrational numbers. When we start grouping now the rational numbers in union with the irrational numbers, and I want to change this notation for rational to a Q, okay, because when we group our rational numbers with our irrational number, we're going to get what we call the set of real numbers. That is what they call it. Okay, so when you see you have a mix-up with the ordinary integers that you're accustomed to, square root numbers in them that you can't find the exact square root of that number, that set is called the set of real numbers. So going in for multiple choice questions, you should be able to identify which set represents the different sets of numbers that we are accustomed to. Okay, next week we will do a little more in terms of saying cardinal numbers or Roman numerals, because that will be touching really our grade 6 students. This week I'm concentrating so much on our fifth formers, making certain that we get our basic, we understand what we're doing in terms of our setting the foundation for what actually is going to be the premise for our mathematics operations. Fifth formers who are watching, I promise you that we're going to end the program every time by way of going back to the CXC exams and giving you an example or working one of the past papers with you. I am going to guarantee you that I'm sending you into that CXC exam room with 2 of your 15-point questions, because I will be taking you through matrices and vectors. I have been a marker for CXC, and I realize that students in the Caribbean don't do that question because I don't know why, but you get a lot of marks for that question. It is easy. I'm going to bring my 7-year-old nephew here with me. He's going to show you you can do it. You know why? There's still the addition, subtraction, multiplication, just putting the numbers in a bracket. And we call it matrices. We will tell you why that is done. We will tell you where in the real world it is being used. We'll tell you about the vectors too. I know I went to a session, and this is where I'm telling you about how important it is for us to have the literature for mathematics at our fingertips. Because I went to a session, and this was a mathematics class, this was a mathematics seminar. Somebody came in to talk about vectors. But what did they do it from? The perspective of a physics class. That is where I am saying the difference is that you have to know the mathematics required to teach mathematics. All right, and that is why we can get students who will be saying they can do the maths in chemistry, they can do the maths in physics, because each subject has its own unique pattern, its own unique set of problems that is endemic to it. And just because we are using people with different backgrounds, we say we have an accountant, we have somebody who has done something else, they know a little mathematics in it, and we take them and we put them in the classroom and say that they must teach mathematics. There is something specific to the teaching of mathematics itself. And not all mathematics can be used to tell students how to perform a mathematics problem. So I promise you, I will be giving you your 30 points for your exams CXC, because I will be taking you through your matrices, vectors, and of course you will have choices. For those of us who like algebra, I will be doing functions and relations, equations, and making certain that you have enough marks on that examination paper to walk out with a pass. And that right now is our big ambition. After that, one little success will put you in the realms where you will say, oh, it's just that, I can do that. And I'm going to make certain that even your grannies are going to say, wait, it's because they didn't teach me. Okay? So it is going to be a bedroom, a doorstep, a family experience, because that is what mathematics is all about.
Whenever possible, draw a diagram. Even though you may be able to visualize the situation mentally, a hand-drawn diagram will allow you to label the picture, to add auxiliary lines, and to view the situation from different perspectives.
Okay, now we're back and we're going to be doing just a few problems for you because we have introduced you to BOMDAS. We've given you the foundation in terms of the different numbers that we can talk about. You have been hearing about number bases, you know about place values, and now we're going to show you how they are used in mathematics. Just to end off this week, we're going to just be doing 3 most simple problems for you to show you how BOMDAS operates. And this is really for our grannies, aunties, uncles, and all our friends. And you students, you have to teach them how these things are done. The first problem we're going to look at is A, which says, if we are given this, 3 plus 5 times 2, how would we work that problem? And again, we would go down and we'd say, we have to follow our rule for BOMDAS. We don't have any bracket, so that does not come into the equation. We don't have the word of, so that does not come into the equation. Do we have multiplication? Yes. Where is this? And we see it right here, all right? So we know right away that we have to do our multiplication first. There is a number in front of the sign and one behind of the sign. So we can put our own brackets there to remind ourselves that that is where we should be starting first. So here we go. And then we would have been writing that that is equal to, and it is 3 plus, open up bracket, and it is 2 times 5 would give us 10. Then our third step, we'd take it out of the bracket, and it is now 3 plus 10, and our answer is just equal to 13. Simple, right? Told you about it. What was the rule? BOMDAS. And as long as we're using that sequence, you can't go wrong. Again, all right, you look, you see, what do we have? They did not give us any bracket, but we had to ask ourselves, and we were going bracket, then the word of, no, but there came multiplication, so we know that is where we should have started, and we did just that. Put in our own imaginary bracket so that we know that we'd be starting there first. So then it is 5 times 2, which would start our whole operation. You can still keep it in your bracket, and then you are saying, what am I writing for my second line and my third line? And then I'm doing my sum. Please note what I just used a word here, that word sum. It is associated with addition of numbers. So when you're hearing find the sum of, all right, a new word I just introduced a while ago, the sum. Okay, note it is not S-O-M-E. Remember, especially for our students in the primary department, sum as it is used in everyday language is not the same as sum as it is used when we are asking them to find the total of some numbers we'd have given them to add. All right, note the difference in terms of our vocab, and that is why mathematics has a vocabulary. We must teach the children about it. It is not the normal everyday usage of the words. So let us get that distinction for them too. Again, we are going over to our second problem, and it is 2 plus, and we have 8 multiplied by, we see bracket. And we know right away, BOMDAS says we must start with our brackets. So take your time. We write it back again, and it would be 2 plus 8 times, our first operation takes place here, and it is 3 plus 6, which would be giving us our 9. Okay? Then we can remove our brackets, and it would now be 2 plus, and it is 8 times 9. We observe and we look and we concentrate and we think, because it's not memorization. We're using logic and reasoning to say what would be the next step, and it is the multiplication. So we're going there, all right? And then it would now be 2 plus, Our 8 times 9 would be 72. And then it would be just addition again. And it would be 2 plus 74. And hear that word again to give us a sum. Oh, our fingers can... Our sum. Note the difference in spelling. Tell your students. And parents, you have a vital role to play. Don't let anybody fool you. You are the best teachers for your children. And the sooner you realize that, the better. So then, it also behoves you to make certain you are sitting. If you know somebody who knows a problem, your child is having difficulty, call them. Call Karen Weston. 0, you can call me at any hour of the night. The phone is on the bed. I will answer you. As soon as it's mathematics, you're getting energy and it will be done. All right? Call Miss Weston. Look in the phone book. You will see my number there. Call me anytime. I will answer you. Okay? So note the difference in spelling. S-U-M and not S-O-M-E. Did I give you the phone number? Write it down. 783-6971. Especially my students in Barbuda. I don't know when I'm going to get to come over there again. Call me every time. Miss Weston will be answering you. Any problem you have over there, we may be able to do emails or the telephone. Barbudans, this is definitely for you. Okay? The number 783-6971. If it's at home and I'm at my landline, you can get me at 463-3504. Especially my students from Sir McChesney, George. Not so long I've been away. Not even the name I know. McChesney George School. All right, call me and I will answer you. I don't know when I'm going to get over there, Mr. Mussington. So please, I may have to be using email and the telephone. But Barbudans, you're a part of my posse too. All right. So this is what we have here for this operation. Then our last sum. Note what we have. We have 8 divided by 2 plus 3. Of course, we're saying the division is actually an inverse for multiplication. And we can right away and say we know we must start with our division. So we can put a bracket here just to emphasize. You can do 2 and it is plus 3. And we can say 8 divided by 2. We'll get a quotient of 4 and it is plus 3. Okay, so from the brackets we're going to get 4 and then we're going is equal then just to 4 plus 3, which is equal to 7. Notice what I just said a while ago. I used that word. What word did I use? Quotient. When I said 8 divided by 2 and I got an answer of 4, I called it a quotient. Yes, that is what you call the answer you get when you divide a number. It is called a quotient, okay? Write those vocabs because we have to know them. Mathematics has its own specific vocabularies too, and they will be coming up from time to time. And when your teachers don't even realize that they're using different words, do not be afraid to stop and say, Miss, can you give me that word again, please? All right? Because they are there, they are new, and you must be told. That is how language develops. 1 plus 1 plus 1 word, then you get into complete sentences. It's the same for mathematics too. And so again, I'm inviting parents, please make certain you're a part, an integral part of your child's development. I will tell you my story next week and you will understand why I'm so passionate about your making certain that your child becomes a productive citizen here in Antigua, Barbuda. So, until next time, this is Karen Weston saying, dream, eat, and sleep, and think nothing but mathematics.
Join us next time for another in the series, Mastering Mathematics, a production of the Education Broadcasting Unit in the Ministry of Education and ABS TV.